Good morning. We're like okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Analog Dialogue, October. Hi, this is Wakako, and we have.
This is Kei.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was supposed to be Kei and Emil this morning, but Emil's not under the weather, so he is on the support. He will be responding to the comments, and I think so is Frido. He's going to be remotely responding and answering as many questions as he can. And today we are going to talk about
Nolte planners. Yay!
We are pretty excited. This is our very first year that we are carrying Nolte. Actually, didn't know about this Nolte until last year when Emil told me.
Oh yeah, because he's using the one of the planners,
planners. Yes, he's using this planner.
Yeah.
And so he introduced me and BK to Nolte. When did you find out?
I found out, I think, probably same time as he. Like, I started using last November, the gold one. And I think I found out through like the planner community, through Instagram. Everybody's using them with, Traveler's Notebook. So
interesting. So people who are using Traveler's Notebook
and then alongside because it fits perfectly, which we will show later.
Yeah. I love that. It's nice because there are not too many retailers in the US carrying them yet. I feel like this is sort of the beginning of being able to introduce something amazing. They have a lot of varieties.
Yeah.
So, and then we were just able to handpick few of them for this year at BK. And we're going to just kind of test and see how they do in our BK community. And hopefully over the years, in the future years, we will be able to expand our collection.
Yay.
Yeah, but I think this analog dialogue, we wanted to take this opportunity to share the varieties that we got here at BK and just walk you through one notebook at a time and talk about some of the features and things we liked about it, and also just like imagining how we might use it if we had it as a personal journals planners. Talk about different paper types a little bit that they have. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Should we talk a little bit about Nolte company itself?
Yeah, we should. They were established in 1949.
Just after the war.
Yeah, right after the war. And then they were kind of experimenting with time, and they wanted to move away from like having planner as just like jotting down to-do lists daily. And they're one of the first one to actually incorporate timelines.
In Japan, right? Yeah, that was kind of surprising to me too.
I
didn't know that. I always thought that being Japanese, we were very good with time and like timekeeping. It's like our thing. But apparently, when I was doing the research too, I found out that it wasn't. It was different back then, and we had a hard time keeping track of like schedules and time and being on time.
I thought that was funny in the video
because it was so ingrained, right? Like we're so on time. After 70 years, we're so on time. So I think that Nolte, Noritsu, Techo, as it was before, really wanted to bring in sort of the time as a resource and efficiency as a concept to Japanese community. And so I didn't know this either, they were the first one in Japan to actually put a timeline.
Yeah, and then I think I was also looking at the intro video, the Nolte video, and they're saying like they were the first one to kind of create a planner for like more of a female workers. In the 80s, late 80s, early 80s, that's when a lot of female workers are deciding to go back to work and not staying in a home. So they're kind of introducing like that planner as like more masculine and black and white, but like introducing colors, reds, and like all that. So it was kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, I love that they're always innovating.
Yeah.
That they're evolving, innovating, and their focus is the planners. So that is what they do. And I feel like even just today's selection, they seem to be continuously evolving and creating new layouts that fits like today's world,
I think
in some way. that they're not stuck in time. But they're 70 years old.
Yeah,
Over 70 years
know.
old.
It's crazy. I didn't realize they've been around for that long.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's exciting that we're carrying them.
I know, it is really exciting. So we'll start with, so just as we said, they have so many varieties. The best way for, which we just learned from just looking to figure out which one to carry, like what is which, best way to identify them, I think, seems like going by the product number. So each Nolte planner has a distinguished number listed. And on our website, we try to also correspond that on the title. So that way, even though they look similar on outside, the layout can be different, and that you know exactly which planner, like the one of the website or our website or somebody else in the planner community is talking about. And then that just feels like getting less lost.
Yeah, and also like we do carry similar sized items, so make sure that when you're purchasing, you are referring to our numbers, so that you don't buy like a wrong size accidentally. Yeah, but we will go over one by one.
And I think feel free to leave comments and questions along the way. We will have a designated Q&A time to kind of answer some of the questions you might have. So just feel free to leave a comments and questions, and let's start. Yeah. So let's see. Let me change the banner so that way we can actually correspond to what we are talking about.
So let's see. Nolty, Techo 1111 and 1211.
Let me turn it into actually an overhead. Yeah, overhead video. Here we go.
So these are. Let's see if we can see. Nolty 1.
This one's 1111.
1111 is smaller. we call it
kogata, which means small size in Japanese.
Yeah. And then the other one is the Nolty one, just regular size, which is 1211.
Yeah.
So the size, I want to say, is like...
They're so cute.
They're very tiny. And I want to say this one is slightly smaller than like A6 size, the regular size. And then 1111, I think, is kind of similar to either like passport size or also like pocket size paper refill. I can
like the one that you have for your...
Yeah, so like if you, let me see, I should probably taking this out. Sorry. So yeah, like the 6 ring binder refill. This is like pocket size refill. They are like kind of same size. So that's like
they are same size.
Yeah, they're exactly same size. So like you can refer to the kogata size as like the pocket size, the 6 ring binder paper refills.
And then this one is slightly bigger.
Yeah.
And then these are one of the very first layout of planners.
Yeah, I think they call it flagship. What is it called? Flagship model. I think the gold one that we will talk about later is also a flagship model, but these are one of the first one that they came out, I think, in 1962. So it's been around for like 60 years, which is kind of
Can
crazy.
you imagine, like, if you start using it in 1962,
I know.
you could have had like
the whole
full box full of same size.
Yeah, that is a lot.
My dream.
But yeah, so this one is we are, let's see, it's on the, what is it? It's in the plastic cover. It's a lot smoother, and I think it has like an ear here, like you can.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, so like each notebook will have like a little emboss of gold ear, so it has a 2023.
And the cover is attached on these, right?
Yes, so the covers, you cannot remove them. It's attached to, so hard to. It's attached to the cover, so you cannot remove the
hard cover, the plastic
cover. But then we can probably go into the inside.
Yeah,
the layout is kind of interesting. I think I should just use the bigger one.
So size-wise, just wanted to mention, it was designed so they could fit in men's suit pockets. Like,
so the kogata version fits in men's suit pocket. I think
that's
the
chest pocket. Yeah.
So that they want people to carry it with them all the time.
It's a very, very mobile size.
Yes. Yes, and even this one is
Yeah,
like very...
and this too fits in the pocket,
I
right?
think it might be a little tight. I know this
Mm.
one for sure that
This
they
one for
do
sure, yeah.
talk about how like they want to have something that fits into the
Yeah.
pockets, but this one also is like
It's very
small enough you can
petite.
put in a pocket,
Mhm.
pant pocket. But yeah, these are created for like a business.
Like when you're in a business situation, you want to have your planners
Yeah,
everywhere.
make sure you can write down notes
Mhm.
and whatnot. But we can go into
let's go inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then outside for the Nolty one, Techo has a planner has a black like coating, so it's kind of really sleek.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I mean, every step of the way is a process to create
Yeah.
these planners,
Yeah,
right?
it's all handmade in this factory. When you open, it will have like a yearly calendar for like 2023. And
I
it's
love
very
the color
simple.
of the paper
Yeah.
too.
It's like nice cream,
Yeah.
warm cream color. The paper is pretty thin, not too thin though. And then there is gonna be like a whole year chart. You can see this January to December, and all the days are here, so you can kind of track your whole year by glance. So you can use it to track people's birthday or anything.
I like using these charts for like traveling.
Oh yeah, you can kind of like mark down like
Yeah.
here you.
It feels so satisfying when there's so many days.
Yeah,
with the-
you can color it.
Yeah,
in.
color it. Like there you go.
I've been gone for the most.
I know,
yeah.
most of the year. That's my another dream.
Yeah, and then I think the monthly view on these Nolte planners are kind of interesting. These are like
They call Gantt chart.
charts.
Gantt chart.
I don't know how to explain Gantt chart, but it's essentially like you have like these. Oh, it's so hard to
There
see.
you go. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. There's like a little area that you can write maybe like habit.
Like
and
a habit tracker.
Yeah, and you can kind of use like a dot marker to track your habit.
Or project.
Or
like,
project. Yeah, so like it's kind of interesting to have like each 2 pages have a 2 months.
2 months at a time. Yeah.
And it goes like a long way. So I'm kind of interested to see how people use it in the future. And then
the brand new planner is like
so nice. Crisp. And then the weekly view is kind of similar to Hobonichi Week's layout, or like
horizontal
with memo, kind of similar to Tian too. But interesting thing about this planner is they start at the end of November. So you can actually start using this planner at the beginning of December, which is not so far ahead.
Are you the person who start using
sometimes?
You break in before the year starts?
Sometimes, definitely.
So then this is the timeline that we were talking about earlier,
so
right?
I'm gonna get closer. So like you can kind of see this timeline at the top of the weekly view. And obviously, because this is kind of meant for business, like it starts at 8 a.m. and then goes until midnight. It doesn't have anything in between. But people do use this to track like meetings or any plans. And then this side is like blank for any notes. So that is like the view. And then at the end, and then this one also have 2 bookmarks. Kind of similar to Hobonichi Weeks.
I like the colors too. It's so classy.
Yeah, it's like very nice and gentle.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And then at the end, we do have like a little bit of blank page, and then grid. And I think line.
It's so interesting that they mix and match different open pages.
Yeah, and then like this one, I'm not.
This one's lined.
Lined was numbered, so you can make a like list.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
like books you read.
And then graph. Yeah, and then some year view, and then some trains and all the informational stuff.
Yeah.
And then, this year, 2022 and 2024 calendar with a ruler on the side. And then it also comes with an address and memo.
Is this detachable?
Yeah, this one actually you can take it out from the cover.
Address and memo, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can carry from one year to the
next.
next.
So you don't have to rewrite people's address. I don't know if anybody still continue to write down people's addresses.
I do, actually.
It's an analog thing, So yeah, you can like transfer this to the new planner once if you have it filled.
That's
So which
pretty
is
cool.
really nice. But then, you know, every once in a while you want to refresh the address. People might move. People might, you know.
Right.
So it's nice to have that option of like being able to take it out and put it back in. So yeah, so these are the Nolte ones.
And then this is exact same layout, right?
Yep,
just
exactly
smaller.
Same, but the smaller. So again, size comparison, the regular size is slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Than the Kogata
Kogata
size.
size. Should we bring the gold out?
Yeah,
It's right here. Oh, here we go.
And another one we want to highlight is the Nolte Gold.
Yeah, it comes in the box.
Comes in a really fancy box.
I'll keep this one out as a comparison.
And this year we are only carrying one size, which is the Kogata size. And the product number is 1311, I believe. Yeah, 3111. Pardon me.
3111. Okay.
Yep. And then this one.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
This one's really nice. By look of it, like I think they are similar to Nolte 1 planners.
It's hard to tell the difference.
Hard to tell the difference.
Let's see, maybe zoom in next to each other. I wonder if you can tell the difference.
It's hard. That's why it's kind of nice to have more affordable option and not so affordable. I think the biggest difference is the price and also the material that's been used on the cover. So the cover is, I think, mango. Yeah, and they slice it really thin, so it's not heavy. Yeah, and it's really, really soft
Feels
cover.
Just so good.
Very soft, and the edges are colored in gold, hence the name of Nolte Gold.
It's just so
it's just very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it feels so good.
The layout again is just similar as the planner one, or the Nolte 1 planner. And yeah, everything the same except for the, I think per website they did say they use kind of special gold Noritsu paper that they produce, but when I tested out, it was similar.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. So like the paper difference I didn't really notice between these two. They're both fountain pen friendly. They're both very light, and it gets crispy when you start using them, which nice. I will show you I did use this year.
Yeah, you want to bring yours in?
So this one is from this year. I used it this year, and I stopped using them because I really missed Hobonichi weeks. I got this in maybe hoping that it will replace my Hobonichi weeks because I wanted something smaller. I wanted something different. So I decided to get this last year, and you can kind of see. I didn't really use this page, but I did use my monthly.
The Gantt chart.
What
did you use it for?
So I'm still obsessed with like horoscopes. And in Japan we have like a shiitake fortunes that you get
mushroom
fortune like monthly and not weekly. So I decided to put like their topic at the beginning, and I actually used it flipped that you can kind of start writing on the sideways rather than using this as like a daily track. And I use the top to track my like PTOs and school and whatnot, workout that disappeared towards the end.
You kept going.
Yeah, I kept going for a while, and then I definitely kind of stopped using it on May, which is sad because I really like using them. I just
How was the paper quality when you were using it?
It was great. I never noticed. So like I used some markers here and then Style Fit pens, and I never really noticed any ghosting. You can't really tell like much of the ghosting. You can kind of see a little bit, but it doesn't seep through. At least like not noticeably.
How about the feathering? It was okay?
It was fine. Yeah, I didn't see any feathering for these pen and markers. Let's see. And then for the weekly view, I did use some like fountain pens, which I didn't notice any ghosting or like smudging or feathering. But yeah, I was using this for
your writing is super neat.
so embarrassing to flip through. But yeah, it was fun. Like, I think it was kind of, I couldn't figure out how to use the timeline. I never really know how to use the time stuff, so I just used it as like a quick check to-do list. But yeah, it was fun to use, and I think I do miss it, so I might, bring it out.
You might go back
this year. But I did do some pen testing. I don't know if you can see.
Get it closer.
So you can kind of see, like, I did use fountain pens here, and then like regular ballpoint pens, some brush pens, and you can really see any gold. Like, you can see a little gold stain, but it doesn't smudge through. And then this side, I did use some highlighters, markers, and then you can kind of see like a little gold stain, but not super noticeable.
So cute.
Yeah, so it was really nice. And this is like a pocket size. And I was talking, and I can show you. I was actually carrying this alongside with Passport TN.
Does it fit inside?
I was using the craft. Sorry, I have so many things, but I was using craft files.
Yeah.
And I was using, like, I was putting it in one of the cover.
Okay.
And then just like place it.
Oh,
Does
it stick out a little bit?
Stick out a little bit, like,
But not much.
not much. And I was just like cover. Like, I have like a lot of things. So if you only have craft file and this, it probably is not noticeable.
Right.
I've also seen people use it like within here.
Just like a refill.
Yeah, just like cover and
right.
like adjust it so it's like a little bit more,
sturdy.
Yeah, it's very chunky. I don't usually like chunky TN, so but I stopped using it and then actually started putting it in my pocket size ring binder. So like I would like put it at the end or something, and then
just keep it together,
and then it will just fit in kind of cute.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So everything, like, it was very portable. I didn't have to have its own pouches or anything, which I love pouches, but sometimes it's too much. So yeah, I was kind of carrying it with my planners.
Like this as a wallet?
Yeah, this is a wallet and like all the refills and whatnot. Yeah. So.
Does it fit inside of the plotter?
I don't know. I don't have a pocket size or like the M6 planner. I do have the Bible size.
Is that too thick?
I feel like it might be able to. Like if you have a smaller, because I feel like this one is same size as M5.
Is it the tiny one?
The tiny one. Like but it might be a little too big to put it like in. But that's how it will look like.
I mean, it already has a cover, beautiful
cover. So like
you kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, you should just carry it out because like I've seen people's cover get like kind of shiny, more soft. I think it's nice to have a leather cover.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Emil said he has a tiny.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
Plotter. It does not fit. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Emil.
Take that back. It does not fit in a tiny plotter.
Yeah, M5.
Thank you, Emil. I know. We wish it did.
Yeah.
Well, and then you were saying that every year they come up with like a special
card,
right?
Yeah.
Here. Is that here?
Yep. Let me translate it. I did translate.
So this is from the 2023, and this is what Kei saved from 2022.
2022.
So I guess they come up with mantra.
Yeah,
each
kind
year?
of like a slogan or like kind of like how they want people to use Nolty. It's very kind of like, I don't want to say cheesy, but it's very like nice and like very gentle.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel like how.
I like cheesy.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to translate
I can
this
translate.
year?
I wrote it. Like
I will check the translation while you just
for the 2023, the card, it does say, I think the feeling of wanting to do something is a miracle. An impulse that arises in the heart without being forced by someone. The impulse will dye your life in your own color. There's no need to lie in this notebook. It can be small, it might not be perfect. What you want to do is what you should do. May the year you walk with Nolte be filled with your own color.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. So it was a color thing.
Color was a theme,
Color
I think.
was the
and
theme.
then this year, I think the light
is the theme.
Light was a theme, like being able to find your goals and your purpose.
That's really inspiring.
Like, day by day, like not we won't know what happens in a year from now, but if we can walk step by step, we'll get to that end.
So good.
It was really nice. So
I love that.
Yeah, so that is this year's mantra. Yeah. Fun stuff.
I know.
We can.
Should we talk about the larger size?
Yeah, so that is it for like a smaller Nolte that we have. Oh yeah,
that's yours.
And now we will go over some A5 planners.
A5 planners. Let's see. We'll start with the 6318, which is this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ikri 3.
Ikri 3. Yes. They have a lot of different namings going on. I'm telling you, when I was trying to order these, it was the most confusing task to figure out which planners and which layouts to carry. But this one is called Nolty Écrit. It's a French, short for French word écriture. Did I say it right? Yeah, did I get it? And it means writing in French. It's what we learned. Let's see. I just bumped to my elbow. I'm okay. Okay, so let's go over this one. So it comes in, what we are carrying this year comes in this aqua blue cover. Cover is, for all the A5 size, cover is removable.
Yes.
So we tried to kind of find one that's felt like most BK, but imagining that our BK community might swap to different cover if they have some A5 cover or they like A5 cover that is not this one. So let's go over.
Yes.
Let's see. Here you go. So this one is called A5 Weekly Vertical. That's kind of what we're calling it to make it easy for us to identify. Once again, it starts with some overlay of the month and a year overview.
Kind of similar to the smaller one. Right?
I do use these pages.
Oh yeah, for vacation tracking and other stuff.
I know. We don't call it vacation. We just call it travel.
Travel.
Yes, I just like it when it's highlighted in so many areas. And then it starts with the month 3. I do like the layout. Really clean, simple.
Has a line for each block.
Yeah, that's nice too. Just like little guidelines for each day. Lots of space around. I've been using A5 Slim Jibun, so the A5 feels like
bigger,
really wide, like lots of space. I know, but I think what makes these A5 notebook differentiate is the weekly layout, right?
Yes.
So this one is a weekly vertical. So you have a little memo column on the side, and the page is divided into 7 days equally, which I think is nice for, like, I work on the weekends, so like my weekend is just like the weekdays, vice versa. So I have sometimes hard time when weekend is too small. And it does come with, let's see, a little bit of the timeline along the way from 8 o'clock to midnight.
Always a business hour. Standard.
That's really late.
Yeah.
I think everybody should go home by 5 o'clock, if you ask me. So this is really, I think, familiar to us, right? We have Jibun has similar layout.
Yep.
TN has a vertical layout. So I feel like this is something we're used to seeing, but bigger in the A5 format. Yeah. Have you ever used like vertical format?
No, I'm so bad at it. I tried. I really tried, but I'm so bad at it.
Do you try to use it for the time?
I think so. I'm just really bad with like time.
Like timekeeping?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't.
Nolte was made for you.
Maybe this year I need to use Nolte.
Nolte was made for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm really bad with like, I don't know, like if I have meetings or something, it's easy to fill it. But if I have like a open day, it's hard for me to like commit time.
Right. Block the time.
Yeah, which I need to practice.
Well,
I think,
everybody's different though. Okay, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Just be you. I use vertical, but I never track time.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just I actually use it for my to-do list.
Oh,
So,
because
like,
it has a line.
Yeah, just like a column of to-do list for the day or things that I'm working on.
Okay.
Or at some point it just becomes a page.
Yeah.
And I just write everywhere. So,
free style.
flow, no rules. But just having a dedicated space sometimes is helpful. I keep breaking the rules of the notebook.
No, but I think
the planner.
that's beauty of the planner, right?
Yeah,
it should be
exactly.
You don't have to stay in the shape.
I know. Don't be contained by these boxes.
Yeah.
That should be your quote.
I love that.
So that's A5, and then this is also a nice cream color, right?
Like slightly.
It's a little bit less yellow than the.
These are like a smaller, so like you can see this one is a lot more creamier, like
warmer cream,
yellowy.
Yeah,
but this one is definitely not white.
Yeah, it's off white.
Off white, yeah.
But not as creamy as.
It's gentle to the eye. I think it's really nice.
Yeah, and then what I noticed about A5 size, and I guess the little one too of Nolte, so many open pages at the end. I mean,
that's like most of the notebook,
right? Like half of the notebook. Yeah. No, maybe not half.
One third, maybe 1/4.
Yeah, it was really, once again, because Jibun, Jibun Techo is designed to have just a planner, right? So and then you can carry another notebook for notes, which is the whole concept. So when I picked this up, I'm like, wow, this is really thick. Yeah. So this is the planner pages, and then this is a memo pages. Open memo pages.
That's awesome. If you're like somebody who carries like plain notebook alongside a planner, it's nice to have one thing in one.
One in one, right? Yeah. So and then the cover that comes with it does have a little pen loop if you like to carry a pen.
Oh, nice.
But you can take it out. I think I would probably use some on the cover. It's a nice color though.
It's definitely very nice.
Yeah. Okay, so you move on to the next one?
Next one.
Okay. Let's see if I can. The planner. Okay. That's it. Yeah. So, wait. Hold on. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. So next one, another A5 is also another ecri. It's memo. A5 memo. This might be my favorite.
Yeah, I think that one's definitely.
Is that kind of your favorite too?
My favorite too.
So the cover is
greige.
It's a combination of gray and beige, right?
Yeah.
I never heard of it. Greige, but it is what they call it. So it's the same thing. The cover is removable, just like the other one, the vertical, and it starts with pretty much the same monthly. So I'll just skip through all the way to the weekly page, which is
so fun.
So
that was like the most unique one that we've seen on the Nolte lineup this year. I think that was like one of my favorite ones, because I think for somebody like me who cannot use the timeline and just so scared to use vertical, the vertical here is like so much smaller, and then the most of the page is actually a grit memo page, which is so nice for like somebody who has a big project weekly can really go
jot down notes or whatever.
Or you can doodle or anything.
For drawing.
Yeah, it has like a lot of limitless.
Tagline for this layout, I saw it on Nolte. It's like for people who mostly need the memo pages.
Me.
Kei and Wakako. Because that's kind of how I use my Jibun, just mostly memo.
And then my to-dos are usually like weekly based and not daily. So I think this one will be so perfect.
What would you use this one for then if you were to have it?
Tracking food?
Tracking
meals?
Meal planning.
Maybe. Because it has like a little line in the middle that kind of
AM,
PM.
Yeah.
Maybe like appointments, maybe, but
gratitude
might be good.
Like morning gratitude, evening gratitude.
That's probably like things you want to thankful for in the morning, before when you wake up, and then before you go to bed. That might be nice.
Could also imagine this for like the homeschooling planner too. Plan your week and then like have all the notes, documentation of what kids are doing and stuff.
I love the layout.
Yeah, me too. This is like so innovative.
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anybody do this in the
No,
planner?
I haven't. That's why, like, I think this one caught my eyes
Yeah.
when we were deciding on which Nolte to carry. It was definitely very different from like anything
right?
I've seen.
Yeah. And it's so clean. The layout's really clean. I like the graphic too.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah,
simple.
the font is really nice.
Yeah.
Too. It's very clean notebook.
Yeah.
I think this one currently is one of the popular ones.
I think so too. One that we probably share the most from our store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then once here's the bookmark.
Yeah, the colors are so
nice
cute.
Too. Yeah, so simple.
The yellow and gray.
And then once again, lots of memo pages.
Yeah, and then this one has a lot of grit.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the other notebook had a lined paper, but this notebook is like mostly
all grit.
All grit.
Okay.
Kind of like kind of continuing.
Yeah.
With the whole theme of having grit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We need to buy this before it sells out. Okay.
I know. It's really, really beautiful. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. So that was the memo.
That's the memo. A5 memo. Okay, let's move on.
Next one is the multi-axis.
Multi-axis, yes.
6482.
6482. So what's the color again for the cover? Pink?
Beige?
Beige, pink?
Pale pink? I don't know.
I think we have it. I can't remember. Pink beige. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar to greige, but it's a little bit more
like warmer,
more pinker.
Pink.
Yeah. Greige, and this is pink beige. Access is actually interesting in its own way because when I open it, so you see the little tab. It's tabbed monthly, and what makes this planner unique is each month, obviously the tab opens you to the monthly page, followed by the weekly pages for the months.
Yeah.
So it's like
very different from the other two.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's called access.
Being able to access
the months to the weekly. So this is, I know Narine really like this whole idea of like having the months followed by weekly pages. Like it makes sense to her, and then her the way her schedule is laid out.
Like complete the months and then
you move on instead of like going back and forth between weekly page and monthly page. That's so far apart. It's very satisfying to open to the months.
Yeah, and then the monthly view is very different from the other ones. Like it has like the week numbered on the side, so you can keep track of like week 13, 14, 15. So it probably goes up to 56 towards the end. It's not lined, but it has like the vertical line straight through in the middle. So kind of similar.
You mean the horizontal line?
Horizontal, yeah, sorry.
Like AM, PM. Yeah, it's also very, very clean. But has a little bit more, I guess, graphic elements to it. A little more colors too, I feel like. And then the color of the paper is a little different, right? It's a little more closer to white.
Yeah, white paper. I think this
is cream.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell on the camera.
You can kind of see it. Yeah,
but this one's a lot more like
brighter.
White. Yeah, brighter. Still warm compared to like the printer paper.
Right. That's true.
But it's a whiter paper.
And then when you go to the weekly page, this is also a very unique feature too.
It's kind of like a grid, or how do you say, block type?
Yeah, we're calling it vertical block because each day of the week is actually blocked in.
Yeah.
And so there's 3 days here: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to ours planner. That's like kind of popular.
Yeah, tell us more about that one.
Yeah, it's kind of similar concept, except they don't have any like check marks. I think it's blank, and then they have like a kind of like weekly. They have a little illustrations, and I don't think they have tabs.
But this whole vertical blocks concept is
similar.
Yeah. So if we can see, like, this would be cool for journaling.
I think so. Like tracking, like maybe media journaling if people are into those.
What's that?
People track of like what kind of shows or movies they watched. They wanted to like write,
like a logging
and how you felt about the show or movies or even books.
Yeah. Or if somebody want to combine like to-do list and a little bit of reflection.
Yeah,
or,
reflections. Yeah, and then it's still very like blank. Like you can still draw.
It's very open.
It's very open.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is very unique. This one doesn't have a timeline, I noticed.
That's
like
true.
the little timestamps that they're known for. More, I think, to-do based, daily to-do task based.
Yeah. It's so satisfying.
The tabs.
Yeah, it's very analog.
And it's nice because it's inside of the cover, so when you do close, the tabs don't come out, which is nice.
True.
Like everything is like fits inside of the cover.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it is nice.
Yeah. Oh, and then the
Oh, and then the bookmark.
bookmark again. Yep.
Oh, and then I guess each month, end of the month, have a note section.
Yeah, like a line page.
Line page before the month.
Yeah, that's pretty too.
Yeah.
Very
really
cool.
nice.
And then let's see what kind of memo pages.
Yeah.
Now that
This might.
no,
this one-
they have
there we
lines.
go. Okay.
So
Not
the
as
memo
many.
pages are lines.
Okay.
Yeah, not as many.
Yeah, and then the calendar
That's
for
interesting.
next year or year after next year.
Generally, February. Yeah, let's see. It's about like this thick. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, and then the last one, the A5 size, is kind of a big one. Ta-da!
PDCA.
PDC. I feel like this goes back to the origin of kind of like creating planner that really helps business people, but also like people who works as freelance people to tackle productivity projects, getting things done in GTD.
Yeah, business basic diary.
Yeah, so it's called Business Basic Diary. It is the number is 6701. It's right here, and this is what Emil used this year.
This year, yeah.
And then the one that kind of helped us feel more introduced to Nolte. The concept of this whole notebook. I wish Emil was here. I wish Emil was here to talk about this because I know he used it and really liked it.
Yeah.
So PDCA stands for plan, do, check, and action. So let's go over really quickly. So the whole notebook is based on the idea
that iterative improvements.
Oh yeah, do you want
The
iterative improvement cycle. So that just means that as you go through plan, do, check, action as like a circular motion, as you work towards it and then go, I guess, kind of complete each cycle, each circular cycle, you will be ahead in the next step and hopefully working towards what your goal is. So here you go.
The layout is very different from the other three.
Yeah, this is a yearly plan. And I guess if you have if you're working, have a goals,
projects,
then you can really organize this yearly overview.
Oh, this is so nice.
It is pretty. Yeah, it's open, really, really open. A month 3 is also really unique.
Oh yeah.
Each spread is 2 months. So here we have December and here's January. So you kind of get a bigger glimpse of time. Because
and at the top you can we will translate here. It says like this month's goal.
This month's goal.
You can set the goal here.
And then the idea of plan is to set a goal, right? Like to create a plan and create a goal. And you will obviously fill your monthly pages as you plan to tackle some of the goals or move towards the goal. And there's always a space for checking, which is checking in action, which is a kind of like reflecting.
Yeah, reflect and then what you want to do next.
And then making a plan for the next. So monthly pages reflects the whole idea of PDCA, as well as the weekly pages.
I love there's a star that you can give yourself a little star. It's like,
5-star must.
I did great.
5-star must. Yeah, but it kind of helps you look at your progress critically from objective point of view.
And then if you wanted to go back, especially if you're working at the corporate and you have to go meet certain project and certain things and certain timeline, it's good to have that like tracked, so they can kind of go back and reflect.
But even also working for yourself. Right?
Yeah, I think
so
it's
hard to
perfect.
do sometimes to have
Oh
a
my God.
reflection and
Freelancing, anything, like it's hard.
It's
to
hard, yeah.
set a goal and make sure that you get something done because you're in your own, timeline.
And then this is the weekly page. I think this is where it really shines.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of really quickly go over each element.
Okay.
So here you have a weekly vertical, kind of like what we've seen in the weekly vertical, but a little bit more condensed, right? Like here. You have the 7 days. And I think each day you can set a goal, or you can write down what's like maybe priority list. Top of each page, it has this week's goal. So you can set a goal for each week before you get started. And then you can, in some way, dedicate your time to meet the goal, right?
Yeah.
Instead of letting everything fill your time.
Yeah. So like I think that comes in handy with the timeline where you're like, okay, 4 hours here, I'm gonna tackle this project or this assignment.
That gets closer to this goal.
Yeah.
So you get to really be in charge of, maybe more in the driver's seat,
Yeah.
to plan for the week. So that way your week and your time is aligned with your goal.
And this might be perfect for school too. I can see that.
Yeah,
being used.
blocking the study time and class time. That's true.
Yeah.
And then here we have this area is a to-do list. And it's actually divided into 4 quadrants. And the vertical y-axis, right? I'm like thinking, like, oh goodness, I know this.
Wow.
Y-axis is about the importance.
Yep.
So highly important item or to-do list should come up towards the top, and less important task would be listed towards the bottom. And then the x-axis is urgency. So very urgent to-do items would go towards the left, and less urgent to-do list would be to the right. So like this quadrant 1 would be very important and highly urgent. So like things that you need to get it done today.
Yes.
And that's really important to you to meet the goal that you set up.
Yes.
Right. So that's, and then number 2 would be, it's very important, but it's just not as urgent. So you can still get it done maybe next weekend or sometime during the week, but still important. So you want to get it done. And then number 3 would be, it's not really important, but it's urgent, like paying bills. I don't know what else.
It's very important, but
very
not
important.
as important to your goal, maybe.
Pay your rent.
Pay your rent on time.
Yeah, so it helps you. That's the third quadrant. And then the fourth quadrant is least important and least urgent.
Yeah.
Back burner.
Get it, back burner, get it done sometime. Don't forget.
Yeah. I know. So that's your to-do list. Well, that's where I think the action kind of comes in, right?
Yeah.
Along with this area of planning, the time blocking. And then you have an area for check, which is your time to reflect how you did. So each week, end of the week, you can take your time for yourself and sort of write your reflection and how you felt about what you've done.
Week.
Yeah, and then moving towards the goal, how that went.
And then, so this is do, check, and then I think action.
Then action for next time.
So
it's a future action, like things that you, might want to incorporate in the future weeks or future time. Things to improve, which is advice. So there's a little area that says advice.
So like maybe next week I should get X, Y, and Z done before ABC kind of thing. Just making note to self.
Start writing a story for love letters sooner.
Get on top of it.
Get on top of it, exactly.
And then like a big memo page for
this comes handy. Also, it's so flexible. Yeah. So it's you can use it however you like it to be at the end of the day, but there's enough structure to customize it in some way. And if you really like to use it the way it's designed, then that's cool too.
Yeah. And I love how like the grids on the paper is so subtle. It's not like,
does it feel like a little bit like Hobonichi grid a little bit?
Kind of, very small, very faint. Colors are very diluted.
Yeah,
so it's
mild.
really, really nice to like have somebody who's like, sensitive to color, or somebody who want to keep their notebook very simple and clean.
It's not really screaming
No,
at you.
no.
Yeah.
And you can still kind of see the different colors, blue and yellow, red, and then some red here.
Yeah.
But it's very subtle. And
Just enough to differentiate, but not too much. Yeah.
It's very nice.
I think Neri wanted to use this one next year. I think that's in her basket.
Yeah, and I also noticed that this every Wednesday, I think, is where you are supposed. Oh, maybe not
every end of the month.
Oh, every end of the month. Okay, so they created the to-do list for you.
Reflection for end of the month.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yeah, little details. Yeah. So I know, and I feel like I know there a lot of the things are in Japanese, but I feel like you can kind of use it.
Yeah, and some of them definitely have a translation in parentheses, so which is nice.
Yeah. And it's really actually it's thick because it actually comes with a handbook. It's Japanese, but if you would like to dig into it, I guess it's really. I mean, I think this is a commitment of Nolte. It shows how much they're committed to wanting to help people really use a planner to use time as a resource and
make the most to improve a lot.
Yeah, make the most out of the planner. It's like reading a text.
I think so. I feel like this is a part of their research and what they've I know they produced a lot of books regarding planners and how we should all use Nolte to help their life. So I feel like this is a segment of this PDCA.
Right. One of the device for scheduling is to make sure that you also, when you fill in the weekly, you make sure you include your transportation time.
Oh.
Don't just block out the meeting time. Include, and then it says also add a cushion time.
Oh wait, things. that's very business.
In case of unexpected long meetings or things that might go differently than you expected. Well, I might have to read this. It's really good. Okay, so here's a definition of plan, do, check, action. So plan is to schedule your time according to how long it's actually going to take. So when you're looking at the weekly planner, make sure that you dedicate time accordingly, block it out. And then do part is make sure you document the time it actually took. So don't just move on, but really reflect and make sure that you actually document the time you took for future planning. And then check is make sure that you check the differences of how you planned it and then what ended up happening. And also think about the reason how the gap happened. Happens to me all the time.
Right. That's very.
Oh my gosh,
nice.
The gap between how I plan things and then how long it takes is crazy.
And why, and it's good to step back and then think about it.
Opportunity to step back, and then action is that if the task has taken longer than what you expected, think about why, and then also then come up with a plan to
how do you shorten
reduce the gap. Yeah. So that you make sure that your plan is aligned to your actions. So that's kind of the detail of plan, do, check, action
cycle.
PDCA. Yeah.
Wow, that's
very
informative.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Don't know if I can implement it, but I do like that idea a lot. Is there anything else you want to add into this one?
I think this one also have a lot of note pages.
It's all grid.
It's all grid.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
It's all grid. Yeah. So I know Emil used up all his.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder what he uses.
Yeah,
Emil, maybe put it on the comment how you use your grid grid pages. I'm so curious. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then I think at the end it has a yearly overview where you can kind of plan or talk about reflect your year and how you did it. You can also give yourself a little star.
Once again, 5 stars.
Always. And then action for next year and then advice for next year. Yeah. So it's very plan and action oriented planner.
Yeah. It is very, very cool.
Yeah. It's really fun.
I know. And I think I did talk to him and he said he really enjoyed using it and that it really helped him organize his time and his schedules and his project.
Yep.
Oh, here's the definition of Nolty.
Oh, yeah. It's a little late, but yeah.
I know. I guess back in 90s, right? 1990s, they changed their name.
No, it was 2013.
2013, much.
Yeah, it's actually
more
recent. Yeah.
They changed their name from Noritsu Techo to Nolty. And it sounds like a shorter version, right?
Yeah.
But N is for new style, O is for original, L is for lifetime, L and T is lifetime, and then Y is for your will, your wish, your hope. They always do this in Japan.
Yeah, they like to
abbreviation. Yeah. So this one is the business basic diary. Should we do the fun part? Well, hold on. Do we want to do questions or should we do the cover? Let's see. What do you think? If you have any specific questions about let's do the cover first. Okay. Let's do that's the fun part. Oh my gosh, which cover fits? Well, so we talked about the little one a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So the small one
or the other small one, the
Techo
one, and the non-smaller one. So these one, we don't have any actual specific covers for it. Like I think it's meant to be used as, because this is attached to notebook, so like this is a cover. But these do fit pocket-sized planner if you wanted to like just squeeze it in and carry it together, or you can definitely, if you don't mind, a little bit chunky TM, you could just kind of put it.
This one is the Kogata size, right?
It's Kogata size, and then the price, or not price, the product number is 1111, or I think 3111.
3111. Okay. Yeah.
For the gold. So those Kogata gold, and then the Nolte one Kogata will fit these passport size and then the pocket size liner. And this one
has no cover. That would have much.
No, we tried putting it in an A6 size, but it was
narrow,
too big. I think the cover was too big and this was too narrow. So
this one is
just uniquely used.
On its own.
It's really nice though.
All the A5 size notebook though is standard A5. So hold on just a second. Let's change the banner. Okay. All the A5 size is. Well, let's just try to take it out of the cover, I guess.
No, again,
My fingers, my thumb is really not meant to do these small tasks. Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I know. Okay. So how is the cover like? That's nice.
It's nice.
It's a little thick cover.
And then they're all handmade. I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, at the factory. So like they cut the paper. I think they do it in one factory too in Japan. So they like align the paper, they cut them, they glue them, they paint them.
Amazing, yeah.
And then they glue the.
And I like that it's all nice and white. It's very clean.
And then, the cover is also very nice inside.
Oh, you've got a nice texture too. Okay, so if you choose to use the cover as is, it's really nice. But if you'd like to swap it with different covers,
we have few from us.
Let's see, should we try this is a regular BKTSL canvas cover. It should fit nicely. So once again, this is a very standard A5 size notebook. So our A5 cover is designed to fit like MD A5 notebook or even Hobonichi Cousins or Hobonichi Avex fits. And Nolte is the same dimension in the height and not doing this right. Here. Let's see. So sometimes it helps to just go all the way.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Sometimes it helps to bend it backward.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh no. Oops, here. Sorry. Let me show you. And then here we go. And then we always say this, but our canvas cover can feel a little stiff. This is not very thick, so it's not a really big deal. But if you do put thicker notebook, just doing this helps to loosen a little bit of the tension. But here's how it looks like inside of.
So nice.
I know it feels really nice. A little more sturdier.
Oh, and it opens 180.
Yeah.
So
open flat. So I think these are basically the same design. So we have canvas. So the canvas, we have the Nunos cover, which this one is aquamarine.
Yes, this is aquamarine.
And then we have all leather version. They're all same design, BKTSL cover, just in different materials. They would all work with Nolty A5.
Yep.
And so as should we try this one?
Yeah.
So as the TSL original leather cover in A5 size. Here you go. Yep. So, okay, I love this cover because it has
so nice.
larger leather flaps, so it's flat when you. There's less bumps when you write. You use it, right?
I only have the A6.
Oh, you have the A6
yeah,
size.
and it's really nice.
Just gently squeeze it in.
Oh, you did it so nice.
Yeah, there you go. It's like I know what
Oh,
I'm doing.
that's nice.
This is nice too. Oh, he's so good. So I think this just makes it such a handsome combination.
I think so. That looks even more professional.
It's very professional looking. Yeah. So you could use you could use any of the A5 regular A5 size cover. Roterfaden too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have Roterfaden in A5 size.
Maybe we can just.
Here you go. Yeah, so like Roterfaden A5 size.
Do you think without the cover will be better?
I mean, I think it would probably fit with cover too because it's more flexible. I can try it. Yeah. This one was the cover. Yeah, so.
Oh.
Yeah. But the cover kind of bends a little bit.
It does, yeah.
As you can see. So that makes it a
little bulky. So
yeah,
it probably is better.
Feels a little funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's try the one that's without the cover.
We actually never use Roterfaden.
Oh, I love Roterfaden. Here you go.
Oh, that's
yeah, it fits perfectly. Yeah. So, I mean, I think also what I like about Roterfaden is this clip system works as a bookmark.
Oh.
So you know, monthly can have a bookmark, and then weekly can have another bookmark, another clip, and then it helps open it a little quicker.
That's nice.
Yeah, not so much for the access because you're so right next to you're so close to each other.
Also all the Nolte has a little
like but if you have a memo page or another reference page that you really like to quickly reference to, these clips are really helpful.
These are nice.
I know. So it works also with Roterfaden. So anything that A5 size that we are carrying.
Oh, and I think Emil used this one with the PDCA.
Oh yeah, so Emil was saying that he used this one with the cover.
TSL.
I don't remember. I think it was black, or was it brown?
I don't know. I feel like he has both.
I know. I can't keep track of everything. But that's very professional.
Yeah,
very
nice.
So that's a nice combination.
Yeah, I
love it. I know. It's really pretty. It's so fun to think about next year's planner.
Yeah.
It's like
have you decided it?
Whoa. Have I decided it? I don't know. I know. Well, let's oh, Emil said he has both. That's what I thought too. Emil has both black and brown.
Yep. And then but the brown one for
that's a really nice combination.
Yeah.
So pretty. So we'd recommend taking the cover off definitely if you're using a separate cover
from our
collection, or I guess from anybody else that has that carries A5 cover. Let's open up for questions in case before we close the session. Let me see. If you maybe I'll switch to. Let's see. Yeah, if you have any questions, thank you for hanging out. I know it's a lot of planner talk. It's a lot to cover. It's a little bit overwhelming. But I feel like I'm getting a hang of like all these different layouts.
I think so. Yeah. It was really nice to kind of flip through and see the difference between each planner.
Yeah. Okay, we have a question from a journal girl. What is the difference between Jibun and Nolte? Can we do a comparison? Yes. Hold on, let me just a second. So let's see. I have a Jibun.
The biggest one is the size.
So Jibun, this is let's see. Oh yeah, let's look too. Jibun is So this is what I'm using for this year. It's just A5 Slim, Roterfaden cover with Jibun A5 Slim, which is the regular size of Jibun, the larger size of Jibun. And I think the biggest difference, I think, is the size. So if I take it out, maybe I can do side-by-side comparison. Okay, here we go. Look how messy my page is.
Great.
So if you can kind of see side by side, this is A5 Slim, which is unique to Jibun. This size we don't see it anywhere else.
No, and B6 Slim is
B6
another
Slim,
one.
yeah, and then this one's A5. So you can see really quickly how the width is different. And then I feel like let's see. It's like a blank page. I don't have any blank page. Let's see.
Store.
That's okay. This page. So this is monthly. So this is a regular Jibun, and we also have a Jibun Biz. But regular Jibun tends to be pretty colorful.
Colorful.
Right? Like there's lots of colors.
The grids are smaller.
Grids is a little smaller, but I feel like the graphic is a little bit louder overall. Like it talks to you a little bit more. So that's one thing, one difference. And then where's monthly for like?
I feel like the
Which one?
maybe the
Vertical?
the blue one. Yeah.
So this one is the version of weekly vertical that's closest, most similar to Jibun. So like monthly, side by side, you can kind of see just the vibe is different.
Yeah.
And the overall feeling. And then when you go to the weekly page,
Even more. The difference is pretty.
yeah, so this is Jibun Weekly. So you can see it's pretty colorful. I do really like the 24 hours idea of 24 hours. I think when I first started using it back in 2017, I really did have a time logged. So that was really, really fun to see. I feel like being able to see the time and how you're spending your time is interesting. But it has a 24 hours instead of 8 o'clock to 12 midnight. And it's just, I think Jibun has more structures.
I think so.
In overall layout presentation.
Yeah, like a mood tracking, the temperature, or sunrise, sunset.
Meal planning, I think.
Oh,
also.
meal planning.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've never used the way it's supposed to. Like when I was using it more personally, I would write like gratitude here. And then I would make 3 most important things to do here, and time, and then a weekly to-do list. So really you can use it however you like it to be. But I think if you enjoy having a lot of blocks, blocked area for whatever the designated, purpose you want to use it for, I feel like it's a really nice layout. And Jibun Biz is really same layout, just more gray, more monotonous. So there's no colors. It's much more monotonous.
Subtle.
Yeah, more subtle. Whereas I think the weekly vertical of Nolte is just more open.
Yeah, open.
More
Just
breathing
line,
space.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not much of a structure other than the timeline. But even timelines, like you could ignore them.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
So that's really,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really nice, I mean, they're different. I feel like you would have a different purpose, maybe. And then, like you said, so we can compare the thickness, it's quite different. So Jibun tends to be much thinner because it has no memo pages.
Yeah.
So it's a little more lightweight, compact, easy to toss it around in the bag.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is more of the solid A5 size.
Yeah, probably meant for like keeping it at the desk or at home.
You can carry it in a briefcase.
Yeah.
Next question, Lydia. Could we see the thickness comparison of the A5 ones? Okay. Here. PDCA looks thicker. Actually, they seem pretty same. So actually, PDCA looks thinner.
Yeah, because this one has most
memo pages.
Memo page.
Yeah.
The other
Here.
one.
Let's see. So that's.
And the other one might be the white one.
One more without the cover. Okay. So
They're all similar.
I feel like these 3 are similar, and the PDCA is a little thinner.
Yeah, because this one has like a little bit less note pages
Memo
and
pages
memo
at the end.
pages.
Yeah,
And then
true.
monthly is also condensed into
That's true.
like-
Yeah, each spread is 2 months.
2 months,
Mhm.
so it's less.
That's true. I feel like
But it's not.
this feels like
These-
thickest.
yeah.
These two Ekri,
Mhm.
right? Because this
Two
is
of the
access.
Ekri,
I
yeah.
feel like Ekri, two of the Ekri, like so the memo. This is the memo, and this is the vertical.
Mhm.
Feels like it has most page counts.
Mhm, mhm,
The thickest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one last question. Let's see. Vanessa, how does this paper compare to Tomoe River? What do you think? You have
For
the
me,
experience of
I
writing.
experiment. So like I used the gold this year, and it's definitely very different. The paper is a lot thicker compared to Tomoe River, but not as thick as like MD paper or any other paper. It is still thin. I didn't really notice a lot of feathering in terms of like using fountain pens, and it doesn't seep through. I did notice that once you start writing, it does get like the paper kind of gets crispy. So like flipping,
It's similar to Tomoe River.
yeah,
right? Like,
so it kind of have that like
Yeah.
a fun like change of paper texture once you start using them, which is kind of nice. Like
That's
you
fun.
can kind of hear them.
Yeah.
But I think the color might be the biggest difference, especially for the smaller notebook,
The cream
because
color.
it's very cream compared to the Tomoe River or Hobonichi paper. But overall, the writing experience didn't really.
Really, really good.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that different.
Yeah, and I believe that Emil he used this one, the larger version. I think he said similar. Like his writing quality was pretty good. Experience was really good. We like Tomoe River paper.
Yeah, we love Tomoe
So
River paper.
we definitely tried to look for something that is not feel the same, but compatible. Not compatible. What do you call comparable? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on their website they did say like they are, they produce their paper just so that like it should be friendly for fountain pens and inks and anything. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's very smooth paper.
It is very smooth. Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, it's very smooth.
Yeah, smooth paper.
Like, almost like smoother than, definitely smoother than MD paper.
Yeah, but it's very like it's fun to write in. I think this one feels much thinner too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all the questions, Vanessa. Let's see. Should we check? Yeah. I know it's been almost. Oh my gosh, we spent more than an hour.
Oh no.
Wow, thank you so much for joining us. Did you decide on next year's planner?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I'm still planning. I'm still having Kei or whatever.
That's the fun part, right? I know. I go back and forth too.
Me too.
I want to use the little one.
Oh,
I keep talking about this, but everybody says my writing is so big that nothing is going to fit in here.
Funny.
But I know. And then this morning I was thinking I really need to just stay with the big size because my Jibun's filled.
Yeah. And you can't fill that much information in this tiny.
Be realistic, Wakako.
But I know like a lot of people might be curious about the gold one, especially like there's a lot of community that's based on this. But I will say like you can always start with the this one with the black one. Try with the more like affordable option
because the layout's really
it's
really
the same
lovely.
notebook, similar paper. Just the color of the edge is different, but that's what a lot of people say. Just start with this one, and I feel like if
the voice of reason. Maybe I'll try with the larger one. Which one?
The regular size.
Regular size. Somewhere in there. Yeah, maybe regular size, large one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is more realistic transition.
And that one you can put it in your bag or wallet.
Right? Yeah.
So it's slightly bigger, but it's not that.
It's not as much.
Yeah.
So anyways, to be continued. Thank you everybody for spending the Sunday morning or Sunday evening with us. If you're local, we are open today between 12 to 5.
Come visit.
Then come visit. It'll be me and Kei opening the shop. And also if you're local, just a gentle reminder, next week is our very first designated drop-off day for a journey program, the first journey program drop-off day. So if you have a leather artifacts that you would like to share with community and let it have its new journey. Bring it in next week. Well, we hope to see you either this week or next week, or maybe both.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Bye.